Hey fellow Brick fans, DJ Bricks here, back for another video, and today I have a review on a LEGO Summer Batsymbol set. Before we get into the video, as always, don't forget to like, comment, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you are notified whenever I post a new video, and help my channel grow and reach more fellow brick fans. So today as stated, we have a LEGO Batsymbol set. It is set number 76118. It is the Mr. Freeze Batcycle Battle. It is recommended for building ages 6+. It has 200 pieces even. Retails for $20 in the US. And has a price per piece of a perfect 10 cents. But it has 3 minifigures, one of which is exclusive. So let's take a closer look at the set to see how it stacks up, starting as always with the minifigures. So starting with the minifigures here, we are actually going to start with Mr. Freeze, and the only reason for that is Mr. Freeze is actually my favorite Batman villain, so we're just going to start looking at him. We're going to talk about his accessory first. How LEGO chose to build this freeze gun is very simplistic, but it is nice and gets the job across. First thing I should note is this is very much based off the current outfit he has in the Rebirth comics. So his freeze gun is pretty much based off of how that looks. So his gun is a little bit smaller. It does have a scope there. It does have like trans blue to represent where the ice comes out, and it does use a whip piece to attach it to the freeze backpack on his back here. These 2 grenade looking pieces are new. They're part of a larger accessory pack that's exclusive to the 2019 Batsymbol set so far, but we're gonna remove his entire freeze gun and apparatus there so we can take a close. So looking closer at this minifigure, we're going to start with at the top here. This new head dome piece was introduced earlier in the year for the Mysterio figure for the Far From Home sets, but they carried it over here and it does look nice. It does look a lot more minifigure scale than the old ones. And it just fits over the minifigure head like that, and it kind of distorts how the head looks. But removing that, we can take a closer look at the head, which has a nice stern expression, which I like. I usually don't like when LEGO creates like scenario specific faces for one-sided face characters. The printing for the goggles do wrap around the head, but per how LEGO's printing techniques work, there is a gap there, but they really can't do anything about it. He does have bare arms and hands, but that is consistent with this outfit. He really doesn't have a bulky suit in the Rebirth comics. He does have nice torso print there, capturing all the details of his suit. It's got his torso and legs are molded in this nice gunmetal gray color, and you can kind of catch the reflection of the metallic parts of the print there. And there's his back printing unobscured by his backpack apparatus, and that does it for Mr. Freeze. So let's move on to the other figure. Alright, so the next figure is Robin, and this is specifically the Damian Wayne version of Robin, because that is the current person to hold the mantle of Robin. He does come with the katana piece in silver, but getting that out of the way so we can take a closer look at the rest of the figure. He does have this nice torso print, which is consistent with his Rebirth outfit. He does have this nice, interestingly cut cape, which is exclusive to him, especially in this color too. But flipping it up, you can get a good look at his back printing. And they choose to give him the sleepy hair in black, which replicates his hairstyle perfectly. There is a nice face print for him with a nice expression, but he does come with two expressions, and here his second face is more aggressive, and that's what it looks like framed up by the hairpiece. I should note that they still choose to use the short legs on Robin as opposed to the new mid legs, and I mean, I can understand why they're probably trying to make Damian Wayne, because he is supposed to be like 10 or 11, and make him look shorter, and they seem to only be using mid legs for like teenagers, so that does it for Robin in this set. And alright, so the final figure of this set is Batman, and this version is based on his second outfit from Rebirth. But before we get into that, we'll talk about his couple of accessories here. Standard to Batman, he always comes with the battering piece. And he also has a grapple gun here made out of a stud shooter, and a couple pieces to attach a new grapple hook mold. And if you don't know how stud shooters work by now, you just hit that and it'll fire off. That went way off screen, but that does it for the two accessories. So let's just get them out of his hand so we can get a better look at the torso. And you can see with the head, it's using the same back color piece we've gotten since 2015. With the shorter ears and whatnot. Taking it off, we can see we actually have a brand new head designed for this version of Batman. Before, they usually just had the face and then they had like a white strip for the eyes. This time they're using goggles to simulate the white eyes, which is a nice step up. You can see he has a nice smile on that side, but he also has a secondary expression, which is more of a serious face, which you can see that's how it looks with the cowl on. But taking it back off for a quick sec, I will say that the Batman figure this season is suffering the same fate as like Captain America and so many others, is that the face printing on the black head is really pale and doesn't look good. But that does it for the head. The torso is a nice, the rest of the bodysuit here is just a nice dark gray, and it has all the accurate details and stuff to better represent the Rebirth costume he wears later on. And then there's the back of the torso with the utility belt and some armor detail. I do like how all the gold is somewhat shiny to represent the gold outline on the Batsymbol and whatnot. But that does it for the figures. Let's move on to the set itself. Okay, so looking at the build, we're going to start with Mr. Freeze's vehicle, which LEGO calls his snow scooter, which is more like a snowmobile. But it does have a nice simplistic build. It does use some sand blue, some light aqua, some white. Gets that snowy look really nice and down. It uses these two fan blade pieces, which is again part of that new accessory pack that came out this year for this wave. It does have an inverted tile on the bottom, so it slides around no problem. It does have a very nice stickered control panel there for Mr. Freeze to use. It does have these, which you can angle them, but they're meant to be, I assume, exhaust ports or something. This isn't supposed to be window, it's just supposed to hold this up because this is supposed to be freestanding right there. And Mr. Freeze just he just stands in the vehicle if he wants to work with me here. But yeah, he just stands in that little 2x2 area right there, and he just uses it like that. Not much to that, but it does have some nice part usages and some nice part colors, especially those spoiler pieces and sand blue there. But that does it for his taking a closer look at the Batcycle build. This build did go together relatively quickly. It wasn't that too much involved, but it does have some nice design pieces, some nice part usage and nice designs. It does utilize more of the new pieces, like the fan pieces on the back wheels here, the missile heads here, and then it's got missile piece right there. This does very much remind me of a miniature version of the tumbler, very much looking at the front of it. And it does have quite a few stickers on it. The Bat logo right there on both vehicles here is nice. It does have a sticker right there. And on both sides of the vehicle, it does have a sticker on both sides right there. And then for the control panel, it's actually nothing really specific. It just has that part that was introduced in the 2015 Star Wars sets, as well as a control panel piece introduced in Exonites. But going over playability, the big playability feature with this, it can split apart into two separate vehicles for Robin and Batman to use. This one is meant to be Robin's, and it's color coded with yellow for him. And putting him in here is also nice, because you do have this clip right here, and it's specifically so you can put his sword there, so you can put him in here like this, no problem. And of course, like Mr. Freeze, it's going to be a problem. Come on. There we are. So Robin just fits in there nicely. There Robin is in his side of the vehicle. Again, I do like whenever Lego goes out of their way to include an accessory port for a character's accessory, and there is a cleaner look at that sticker that goes right there. And then putting Batman, this is Batman's side of the vehicle. I will say it doesn't look as good because it has this middle portion here, which is so built in the vehicle, but it doesn't look good because it just looks bad, and I wish they had come up with a better way to split these two vehicles, but Batman also does fit nicely in here. So his grapple gun gets put into this red. There is Batman all in his vehicle, and it does look nice with both of them in there. Again, I do not like the red and yellow highlights here. I mean, I get it, they wanted to color code it, but there's no need for the red. There is no red in Batman, but there is in Yellow and Robin, so that does make sense. But overall, this design is very stable. The only detractors are the pins here sticking out. As you saw me trying to get the figures in here without setting off the stud shooters, so are kind of hard for a kid, but it does look nice, and it looks really nice together with both of them in there. And as I've shown off numerous times, this front one does shoot off, as I will touch on in the extra pieces section. There is an extra one of these builds, but there is no extra storage for extra ammo in this set, which is a huge detractor for me. I usually like when they include a area for storage for not only accessories but extra ammo for stud shooters. But this is a very nice build with a few detractors, but that does it for the build. Let's move on to the box instructions, extra pieces, and whatnot. The extra pieces, we do get one extra spare ammo build for the launcher. We do get an extra firing pin for the stud shooter, as always. A couple Technic pieces, a couple cheese slopes, a couple studs in a few different colors, a couple 1x1s in a few different colors, some extra Technic pins in different styles. We do have an extra minifigure neck attachment bracket piece. We do get an extra of the old agent pistol, the stamp piece in black, because it's a set that comes with Batman and a battering. We do get an extra battering. We do get an extra whip, which is a nice piece to get an extra of, and we do get an extra sword piece. So that does it for the extra pieces. So looking at the instructions, it's fairly basic. It's one booklet, as it should be. You do have the box art on the front of the cover, as well as the QR code to scan the Lego Life app, so you can have the instructions digitally if you so choose. We have the standard, hey, separate your bags out so you can build this correctly, as well as detailed explanation on how to use the Lego Life app for the instructions. And then here it shows that the set is broken down into 2 bags for building, and that results in a 63 pages of building for the set. And there is another advertisement for the Lego Life app, as well as a cross sell for all the other summer DC Lego Batsymbol sets, as well as an advertisement for the Lego DC supervillains game, as well as the parts inventory. And then on the back we have a pirate this time, showing off the product feedback contest thing. And that does it for the instructions. Taking a look at the box for the set, it's the standard box design for the 2019 DC sets, or should I say the Lego Batsymbol sets. You do have the Lego Batsymbol there. You do have the slight picture of Batman right there. You do have a nice product shot of the set. You do have the specs along the side. It is interrupted on this particular box from just the imaging selection. The DC logo down here. You have the minifigures listed down there. On the top, you do have Batman sporting the actual size reference, as well as an advertisement for the Lego Life app. On the side of the box, we get something special. We do get the logo DC has been pushing for Batman's 80th anniversary for this year. And then on the back of the box, we do have a different play scenario showing what you can do with the set, as well as some of the accessories, some of the play features I've gone over. And that does it for the... Alright, now on to my final verdict for the set. We will be using my ranking system for our regular set builds. So we are going to start discussing the various merits of the set, starting with the build. As established in the discussion portion of it, the set went together very smoothly, very easily. It's very durable for play. It has nice design aesthetics, really good part usage, some new parts and rare colors and whatnot. So I do love the holding spots for the various weapons. I always love it when Lego includes that for kids to play with, so they don't lose the accessories. However, there are some detractors to the build. You kind of saw me go over that with the going heavily into the Batcycle here. Again, the whole how it looks when it's separated out, the kind of hardness of clipping on some of the accessories without shooting things off, and no extra spot for extra ammunition. But that does it for talking about the builds of both vehicles. So build in total gets a 3 out of 4 points. So next we're going to go over the figures. All the figures are relatively accurate to the source material they're based on. Yeah, I do love the Mr. Freeze and the new part helmet mold. Robin's a good inclusion, Batman's a good inclusion. Especially how they updated the design which is a vast improvement over the other previous designs for Batman, which is always a plus. So the figures are going to get a solid 2 out of 2 points. Next, we are going to go over quality. No real issues with the box or the instructions or the sticker sheet. The only issue I really have is with the opacity on Batman's head. So quality is going to get a 1.5 out of 2 points. And finally, we are going to talk about the price. 200 even pieces for 20 bucks. That results in a perfect 10 cents per piece, as established in the opening. So I do believe this set is worth the full $20 retail price it goes for. So That gets a full 2 out of 2 points. In total, this set scores a 9.5 out of 10 with me. I do think it is a great set. It's another one of those great $20 3-figure sets that LEGO always produces for Marvel and DC. You get an excellent Mr. Freeze figure, which is just icing on the cake. You do get Batman and Robin, so that is a good value for that. The bike is relatively good, as well as the snowmobile. But that does it for this video. Let me know what you think of the set in the comments, and I will